Alright everybody, we are here today with another draft video. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're going to do a stipulation draft where we decide we make up just random rules or not random as the case may be, and we must abide by them throughout the drafting process. So today the rule is that we must draft multi-faction cards before we can draft mono-faction cards if the multi-faction cards are still present in the pack. A couple of notes is that banners count as multi-faction cards. Monuments are mono-factioned, and neutral cards are obviously not mono-colored or mono-factioned, so they can be drafted before mono-colored cards as well. Now, this is going to be the third time I've done this. The first time was for practice. The second time I somehow did not record the video of the draft and only the games. So third time's a charm, right? Alright, here we go. Let's do a draft. Alright, well, we have a few cards that we can pick here. It's too bad we can't take this foily Victor's Cry. Look at that, it's beautiful. We could take the rare, the Auric Vigilante, a Mortar, or we could take a banner or one of the strangers. I don't really want to take the Auric Vigilante because I don't like playing multi-faction 2-drops in a 5-color deck. So the choice really here is between like a Mortar or a chance at fixing early, and I think we take the Mortar. Okay, it's a pretty easy banish. It's pretty solid removal. There's no doubt in my mind that we will end up in 5 colors. We could also take a Duelist Blade. Duelist Blade is very good. But I think for now we're just going to take the Banish. Alright, so the only multi-faction card here is Auric Bully, and it looks like we're going to end up playing a multi-faction 2-drop anyway. So that's the only pick we can make. Alright, here we are choosing between a Spell Shield Architect or an Aerialist Trainer or the Tillier's Choice or a Shield Bash or a Sanguine Sword. I guess there's more than I thought initially. I don't like Tillier's Choice. It never does what I want it to do, which is end the game. I mean, sure, you could play like, you know, like Assembly Line on turn 3 and like Humbug Swarm on turn 5 and this on turn 6, but it just never feels like it gets there. So we're not going to pick Tillier's Choice. The Aerialist Trainer requires two primal influence, so I think that can't be it either. So then we're left with these 3 right here, and I think that I like Spell Shield Architect over the Shield Bash and the Sanguine Sword. Architect is probably the best mentor card that's at common or uncommon. So yeah, let's take it. Alright, here there's tons of great cards that we cannot take. So it looks like we're stuck with either like the Sandglass Sentinel or the Praxis Banner, and we're going to go ahead and take the banner. And here we have a choice between the banner or the Sanguine Sword, and we're going to take a banner. This is interesting. We take the Blood Call Invoker, or we could take the Xenon Augury. I do like the idea of being able to look for at the top 3 cards, because in a 5-faction deck you're sort of at the mercy of your draws, and this helps filter them. But this, it's possible that, you know, like we get, like, that's a very late Blood Call Invoker, and so there's a chance that in this 5-color mess we just get past some decent Life Force cards. We could also get past a Bereaved Stranger or something like that. So I'm gonna take the Invoker, but it's probably correct to do the Augury. But there's enough upside on this that I'm in for it in pack 1. If this was like pack, you know, 3, I'd probably be taking the Augury. Noble Firemane is what we have to take here. It's actually not a bad card at all, so I'm happy to have it. And again, we must take this Cupbearer, which actually goes fairly well with the Invoker. And I am going to take the Disciplined Amanera, because I think it's better than Swear of Vengeance, and I don't want to take a double cost green card. So here we have to take Shield Bash. Ooh, and a Blood Call Invocation. Alright, so the Life Force deck may actually be open. Oh no! You know, I'm sad that we can't take probably one of the best rares in the game. However, since we can't take this, I'm happy to take the best uncommon. One of the best uncommons. Plus it synergizes a little bit with what we have going on. The Callus. I think here we're gonna just take the Stranger. Oh, we also have the Camel. That's an interesting choice. The Callus, I just don't think that we want to be sacrificing our very powerful multi-faction units. If we had a bunch of tokens or something, this would obviously be great, but it sort of requires more of a build around than I'm willing to commit to. So yeah, it's between the Camel and the Stranger. Right now, the Camel is better for like the Amanera. I really want to take the Stranger, but these don't wheel around. The Camels don't wheel like they used to. They don't make it around the table anymore. Making it around the table is not a real thing in Eternal. You just don't get past them as late as you used to. That's wheeling around the table is a holdover from Magic drafts where everyone would sit around the table and play. Well, let's take the Stranger, and I'm gonna regret it. Yeah, definitely taking the Hunting Teriax. It's very, very strong, and I'm happy to have it in the deck. Would have liked to have taken this Felon Stranger, but this deck is going to need all the help it can get. And a Witch? Sure. We have to take it. I guess we could... The other option is a Worn Shield, so yeah, I guess the Witch is better than that. Now, do we take a Stranger, or do we take an Elysian Banner? I think we take the Banner. The reason being, really want to, we already have it. We already had fixing. The Stonescar Stranger just sort of made our fire and shadow fixing better. But Elysian Banner added another color to our banner pool. Here we could take either Karmic Guardian or Safe Return. I do like the idea of Safe Return on our Strangers because we can bounce them to get some double cost things. Like if we had like a Towering Terrazon or something that has the double time cost in it. But I'm probably going to take the Karmic Guardian because it goes pretty well with this sort of like Life Force sub theme that we've got going here. Now that's very interesting. Do we take the Rakano Banner, the Stonescar Stranger, or the Diplomatic Seal? I think it's got to be the Rakano Banner. Again, it adds another color, another faction that we're missing in terms of what we can splash so far. I guess we do have the Combre Banner, but I'd like to have several sources for our Combre Healer and whatnot. Alright, well this is our first chance to take a mono faction card in this pack. I think we're probably going to take the Xenon Guardian. It's the easiest to cast and probably the most impactful. You could also take one of the weapons for the dream of turn 2 Orc Bully into turn 3 third color weapon. But I think the Xenon Guardian is probably the correct pick here. Oh, Trickster's Cloak, I don't want to play you. I want the Xenon Guardian or the Backlash. But rules are rules. And this is an easy flash freeze. Flash freeze is great. It's probably less great in a deck that's trying to play 5 different colors. Let's do... I mean, we have to take Trickster's Cloak, so we will. And a Magma Javelin, and I'm happy to pick up some removal. Alright, pack 3. Alright, well, we have to choose between a Towering Stranger, a Storm Glider, and a Valkyrie Denouncer. And I'm probably always going to take the 6 power 7/7 over any of those. So yeah, get in there. Alright, here we can take an Argenport Banner, an Argenport Stranger, or a Valkyrie Denouncer. Let's see. We're a little short on playable 2-drops. Like, these are most likely not going to be played on turn 2. So let's take the Stranger here. At least that fixes the same color, so I don't have to decide. And we probably are not taking the Alluring Ember. We're not in a deck that can focus on it because of our stipulation. We could take a Skycrag Stranger or a Praxis Stranger for, again, better fixing, or we could take the Blistering Wasp. It's very tempting to take the Wasp, but I think the correct thing to do here is probably take one of the Strangers. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 things that have primal. I mean, time is probably your quote-unquote base color, base faction, if there can be such a thing. Most of our cards have time. I think we'd take the Skycrag Stranger. And here we have to take the Blood Call Invocation, so we will. And here we have to take the Denouncer. Oh man, that is a gift. Yeah, I probably would have picked Purify anyway over all of these, but yeah, that is really good to see here. Also, I apologize to everyone who's going to get these packs after me. Because the signals are going to be atrocious. Here we have to take the Armorer. What do we take here? I think we are most likely to play an Arachnodon. However, the double time is an issue. If we had taken that the Praxis Stranger, it would be much easier to take this card. Although we do have 1, 2, 3 of our banners already have time in them. So yeah, I think it's the Arachnodon. And I guess we're playing, or at least we're drafting Talir's Choice. We don't have to necessarily play it. Ooh. I'm gonna take the Familiar. Card is great. Thunderhoof Warrior is good too, but I really like the Familiar. More likely to play the Knuckle than the Young Gun in this deck, although Young Gun has a very high win rate in the Eternal Draft data. And I've been meaning to explore the deck list that it's in to try and figure out why. But for now, we're just going to take the Ice Knuckle Jotun and put it in the sideboard. And then we'll take the Snapping Brushstalker. I don't know if we'll play this or not, but we could. Oh, now we can't lose. If only this Awakened Student wasn't in the pack. Oh, goodbye, Obelisk. You would have been wonderful in this deck. There are no multi-faction cards except for the banner, so we'll take the banner. I think I would take it anyway, even if there was like a different multi-faction card. It would depend on what it was, but we need the fixing. Alright, I guess we're taking Twinning Ritual. Or I guess we could take the Renegade Valkyrie. Do we have any weapons? No. I guess we have the 2 Trickster's Cloaks. I don't know that we'll play them. Now let's take the ritual. Alright, here we're going to take the banner. We need that fixing. The likelihood that we have fire on turn 1 is very low. I'm tempted to take the lightning strike because I imagine we'll be on the back foot quite a bit in this draft. The removal we have is very limited. I guess we have Banish and Purify and a Mortar. Those are all like multicolored. We can pick out only one fixer for Primal at the moment. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take the Xenon Guardian. I kind of want to take this just because it's shiny and I'll most likely never craft, like, you know, premium accelerates. The pick is probably the Thorn Beast. So we have 3 banners that have shadow, so it's not like terribly horribly unlikely that we could play this on 2, but not high enough that I want to take it over the Thorn Beast. Oh, that's a gift. Well, we're going to take this Diplomatic Seal. And so is the Combre Stranger. We are playing red due to the Purify and the Mortar, among other things. So do we want to take the Rakano banner? 2, 3, 4 sources currently. How many justice sources do we have? 1, 2, 3. And time sources we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'd take the Combre Stranger. And we take the Elysian Stranger over these two. Although it's really tempting to take the Tower Top Patrol because we don't have a great flying game at the moment. We have the Pteriax, which is great at attacking but not blocking. We have the Denouncer. And I guess we have the Karmic Guardian. That makes me a little bit less likely to take the Tower Top Patrol. Alright, let's take the Stranger. And we must take Combust. And take the Dark Wisp and the Grenadine Drone. Alright, well, I'm actually feeling less confident about this draft than I did the one that didn't record. But let's see what we have to work with here. Let's put all our fixing in first. Sort by the power. And then by strangers. Let's just do a brief count of the different factions we've got. Let's start with time. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources of time. And let's do justice next. 1, 2, 3 justice sources. Primal, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 primal. Fire. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 fire. And shadow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So primal is the thing that we're least good at, or no, justice was justice. Right, 1, 2, 3, and then primal was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, justice is our weakest color in terms of our ability to splash. So is there anything like injustice? Oh yeah, all of our good stuff. That's good to know though. Means we'll need to have a high number of justice sigils. Yes, these we all want to play. Probably skip out on that Tillier's choice. You want to play these? And let's see, time cards. The Amonera depends on how much of our life force package comes in. I don't know, the Aractodon might not play. I don't want to warp the power base too much for these two. And what about just, yeah. So our sort of base, base Praxis, I guess. But our best cards are in Justice. I don't think we necessarily want to play the Witch. I think we probably do want to play the Thorn Beast. Amonera is not great though. I don't know why I'm including it. Alright, let's see. How much power do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could add 3 cards. Let's add the Hunter. Let's also add this Architect. Alright, one more. Could be Witch. Make everything trade with the 1/1s that we're going to make off of Karmic Guardian and Blood Call Invoker. Alright, let's try that. Let's look at our curve. Curve is fine. Sort of relying pretty heavily on being able to cast these invocations, otherwise they're just dead cards. Alright, let's add power. Alright, how many fire cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fire cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5-ish sources. That's not terrible. Alright. Just straight up 2 down the board. We know we're gonna need more justice sources. We were pretty good on time, right? Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Shadow, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We cut a fire. The reality is we're going to have to be lucky in these regardless in order for this deck to work. So just trying to, like, I know that we had like what, like 6 fire sources, and going down to 5 is not ideal, but it's better than really skimping on our justice. Primal. Alright, I think that we are good to go. Alright, let's give this a shot.